Hi everyone, Filippo here. I just thought I'd give you a bit of a heads up as we're coming closer to the sign-in and the self-scrutineering deadline for our race meeting at Brands on the 29th. Obviously, most of you should know by now that the race meetings are being run under these COVID instructions and regulations, and so we've got to do things slightly differently. I'm not going to bore you with all of it because it is boring, but it's obviously necessary that we've got to do the right thing. So there's several things that we're going to need to do ahead of the meeting, and one is that we're going to sign on. You're going to get an email from the MSV or maybe from the 750 with some forms on which you're going to need your things like all your dates and numbers from transponder through to fire extinguisher renew date, all your driver's gear, all the different numbers from that, your seat belts on your car as well. So make sure you've got all those handy, or you can get them. And it's probably going to be on Monday. About a week today you're going to get the email through, and you've got to fill it all out before you get there on Friday or Saturday next week. Well, we got a full grid, and which means 46 cars. We're going to probably have a rolling start. I don't see that we're going to have anything else. There's talk we might have a standing start, but I don't think so. My vote says we go for a rolling start, much safer. And we're going to start the race in our qualifying positions. So we're going to be mixed up with the faster and Porsche boys are going to be up with the slower V8s and vice versa. So I think it'll be the safest option, and that's what we intend to do. There's the pit stop. The qualies is going to be the same as usual. It's going to be hectic. Just go and do your 3 laps and come in. That's it really. Just go and do your 3 laps. Get as best time as you can, and then come in and swap drivers if you've got a 2-driver team. Talking of which, there's an extra 30 seconds before the second driver goes in on each pit stop. So the car comes in, comes to a stop, driver gets out, waits 30 seconds whilst the inside of the car is, you guessed it, cleaned, which is a nonsense if you've got suede steering wheel and flock top and things like that. Anyway, but we've got to do it. So the driver comes in, stops, gets out. The new driver has to stay there, leave it alone. The guys get in there, clean it all down. After 30 seconds, the second driver comes in, and then the time that you're going to be kept for the pit stop will continue. We're going to do a bit of a handicap like we do normally, so the faster guys will be asked to stay in longer, so it makes it a little bit more interesting for them when they come back out and they have to do a bit of overtaking again instead of just charging off in the field. As I said, we've got a full grid, so that's really good. You're going to find somebody to race wherever, even if it's not a Porsche, you're going to find something to race against, which will be really cool, and I'm really looking forward to it. The trophies, we can't do a podium, so we can't give them out technically, but I might be able to wangle something. I put a suggestion to them, and they're thinking about it, because I do think it'd be nice to gather around at least in a crowd of sort of 30 ish, and do the presentation and talk about what we're going to do for the Burkitt and so on. I'm going to print off some entry fees for the Burkitt, and I'm going to give them out, and if you can obviously between now and then have a think about whether you want to join. It's on the 24th of October on the Silverstone GP circuit, and we're going to have teams of 3 cars, 3 drivers, and we can have a team of 94s, 68s, 44s and Boxsters, and we can have more teams of each of them if the numbers dictate. So we had 2 teams last year, which was really good. It's good fun. It is going to rain, it will rain, but it's great fun, and it's a 6-hour race. So each driver gets to drive for 2 hours. He does an hour stint, if that's the quickest way to do an hour stint, and then come back and do another hour stint after 2 hours. and that's the way we did it last time. Tickets are a bit tighter with this coming the Brands Hatch meeting. It's a bit tighter than usual. So your emails, you're going to get your tickets emailed to you, and if it's a 2-driver team, the first driver will get 4 tickets, the second driver will get 2 tickets, who he can give to his mechanics and whomever. One thing about that is that if you have some public coming, say if it's your mum and dad or whatever, they're going to have to go and stay in the public enclosure. They can't come over into the paddock. It's all changed now. There's a demarcation line which they don't let you pass unless you got a ticket to say that you're a mechanic or whatever. So obviously that's something to be wary of. Okay, well I think that's it really. If there's anything that anybody wants to know anything else about, this is our new gear for this year, which I'll be handing out at the circuit. Okay, Racing Reliance Carmel Porsche 750 scrap car comparison with MRF, and I think AMS is on the top, dates which are irrelevant there, and unique Porsche. Right. Alright guys, well that's it from now. I look forward to seeing you on the 28th, 29th. Okay, all the best. Cheers.